Hey, good evening, everybody. It's a late night in January, super late. I just finished up with my last client, and it's about probably quarter to 11. And I'm still at my shopping center because sometimes it's quieter and more peaceful here at this time of night than it is in my house, with a whole bunch of dogs and everybody else in my family gets kind of crazy. So, anyways. Here I'm in Virginia Beach, Virginia, at my shopping center, the Institute for Christ Consciousness and the Copper Dragon. And tonight, I'm being prodded or urged to tell you about, or to talk about tonight, about life decision making. Okay. Life decision making, meaning life is about making wise choices. Your whole life is about making wise choices. What is wise choices, or what are wise choices? Wise choices is when you work with love energy to make the choices that you make. All right. In other words, wisdom is love, and it governs everything. And wisdom is the knowing, the answers from love that we all should be guided to follow in every avenue and everywhere in our lives. Okay, super, super, super important. So remember this: life is about making wise choices. Tonight we're going to talk about how come this is so important and why. All right, and the biggest thing is I remember when I was younger, especially, one of the things that I did do is that I didn't make wise choices. In fact, I didn't even think about what the fuck I was doing. I just ran through my life like a steam train, doing whatever the fuck I thought I was supposed to do, governed from who knows what impulses, but I never really thought about any of the choices I made, right? Many of us, especially when we're younger, we're living life, we're experiencing our youth, we're experiencing Earth World, and we don't think about the choices we make. And this is very common in kids, okay? Young people. In this world today, they're always saying, a lot of what you hear on the news about how they're trying these 18-year-olds as adults, and kids who throw a cinder block over the top of a highway overpass, and God forbid that it kills somebody. And of course, that's horrible, right? But the truth is, when you're a kid, you're not making adult decisions. You're not making wise choices. There's a huge disconnect there, because no matter 18, 16, 17, 15, 14, 13, 12, these souls are young souls in earth world reality. They're old souls within themselves, but they are not fully developed in earth world reality. And therefore, we cannot expect them to be charged as adults. We just can't do that, because it's super, super, super unwell being out here and way of doing things that is not coming from the highest vibration of love when we do stuff like that. Because here you are making somebody responsible. All right, everybody should be responsible for their actions, absolutely, but you're making them responsible in the way that you think they should be responsible, from a place that is an adult place, not something that is a child place. Think about this: adolescence in the animal kingdom, adolescence in within people, adults, in human form. Okay, all right. Adolescents are not adults. They're just not adults. And we can't expect them to make wise choices. Half the fucking adults in my life that I know, and the people who I see out here in earth world reality, they're not making wise choices. What is a wise choice? A wise choice is coming from the best and purest place of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. It's the knowing, the inner knowing of working with love energy, working with God, consciously or subconsciously. You just know it's coming from love. That's when you're making a wise choice. And in this society, too many times people are jumping the gun, even with school shootings. And I'm not saying that we should not be, nobody should be responsible for this. Absolutely. But the way we go about things is equally, if not more so, important than the actual thing that happened itself, whether it's a school shooting or throwing a cinder block over an overpass or whatever it is. The answer here is love. We must work with love to help and change what is going on out here. We must teach people to make wise choices, to make choices from love. And we must show them how to do that. So many times the parents aren't parenting their kids. The parents don't know how to make wise choices. I see it every day, again, in earth world reality, okay? So we see this in kids today. We see this in kids being prosecuted as adults for the choices that they make. You know what? Kids are going to be kids. It's all part of growing up. You were a kid. I was a kid. We did stupid shit. That's part of being a kid. We did unwell stuff. That's part of being a kid. And part of the reason we did that is because we're learning. All right. And there's a disconnect. They're not adults. The disconnect is that they're just not mature and in that space to be able to make adult decisions. Do you see? And this is the truth about how it works in earth world reality. Okay. With the development of humans and human behavior. All right. So there's many different factors here. All right. It's good or positive or well or unwell parenting. Many of the parents today I see are alcoholics. They're bipolar. They're schizophrenic. They're doing multiple drugs. They themselves are broken and hurting. So there's no way in hell they're going to give the right direction and the healthiest way of being to a child. And then the child's going to go out and make those unwellnesses. And it's not because of the parents. It's because everybody who is unwell comes in with the unwellness because it's designed here to heal what is going on in our souls. This is the truth about human nature in this earth world reality. And until we all come from love to get the solutions for us, be governed by our inner highest heart, our higher heart self, and work from love energy that is God in the center core of our soul, and do this in our life and everywhere and with everyone and all that is from the highest vibration, this Christ consciousness, love energy. Okay, this stuff doesn't go away. And all the unwellnesses keep on happening in earth world reality because we're not really addressing the problem. We're trying to make children responsible as adults, okay? And when the adults can't even be responsible for themselves, do you see? And then we're over medicating and we're doing all these things, in earth world doctor kind of reality, all right? Really? All right, that is not really healing, clearing, healing, and changing what's going on in your soul. Therefore, it masks the problem and doesn't change, really, ultimately, the soul and what is going on there. It manifests, just like when you take antidepressants. You get the person off the antidepressants and boom, they go back to the same ways they were doing things, the same unwellnesses, same kind of thing, because all healing comes from in here. You've got to heal it in here. But this is why making wise choices is so important. Wisdom is the wisdom is the knowing and working with God, love energy for everything and anything in all of our lives. Okay. So I know so many times, and when I was younger, I made so many unwell choices, okay? That's because my soul came in here and was fucked up, okay? But it came in here to learn and to change and clear and heal and change the world and change myself as well, okay? From love from within. In order for me to get to the place where I'm sitting now, I had to work on me, and I came in here in earth world reality to heal all the stuff that is unwell in my soul so I can change me and live the greatest life for me for future lifetimes to come and for my children as well, and to teach my family and everybody who comes to see me or everybody who's with me. And this is my part of helping to change the world, okay? And this is what we must do if we want to change the world. We must come from love. We must heal our stuff in here, okay? But if nobody teaches us, we don't know. We keep living in earth world reality, and the earth world reality doesn't mean there's not a lot of good things that can help. There absolutely is. But there's a huge disconnect in earth world reality for the way they handle things because they're not coming from the highest form of love, and they're not making those wise choices which are governed from love in this highest heart self. And you know what that is by how it feels. You know what the right thing to do. Sit down, ask yourself, would love do this? Is this what's best for me from love? Is this what's best for my kid from love? Is this what's best for so-and-so from love? Should I do this? Do you see? Is it what's coming from love in the purest form for me and all? Think about that, okay? And if you don't know and you don't know how to do this, you just ask Source. The answers will come. Okay, so life is about making wise choices. Okay. And let me give you some more examples about making wise choices. Okay. Wise choices come in, many people come to me and they end up having affairs with people. Well, let me tell you something about this. All right. If you're having an affair, you're not happy in your marriage. You're not happy with your life. There's a disconnect there, or an unwellness there, or many of them. Okay. And I'm not condemning you. We've all done it. Okay. Me included, did stupid shit. All right. Or unwell stuff. Okay. Because we're not happy in here. This is where that stuff comes from. Because when you love your partner and your partner loves you in the healthiest, best way, you both work with love energy that is God. You work within yourselves. You work with each other. You create your best relationship from love. Okay. It's not earth world love relationships. Totally different thing. It's a higher vibrating love. And that's where your best, healthiest relationship comes from wisdom, from love in its purest form, highest vibration of that. Okay. That's where it comes from. Okay. And if you're not in that space with your partner, and then you're in a less than space of it. And eventually it will crumble and fall apart, because this is the new age relationships. This is the new changes on this planet that are coming in here. You must be coming from love within the highest form of everything that you do, because this is the governing design for all that has always been. And this is the changes here that are going to really make the earth world roll in the direction from love, where it's going to be the planet that's the healthiest and best from love for everybody. Okay, because this is where you got to go to change this. Okay, highest vibration of love for ourselves in our personal stuff, for all that is on the planet. Okay, again, wise choices, all because you should sleep with the neighbor, all because you can sleep with a neighbor, rather, doesn't mean you should. Okay. And, and just like those old sayings, is this what's best for me? If I'm not happy in my relationship, then I should sit down and talk to spirit about what's going on in my soul, why I'm not happy. Are they respecting me? Are they honoring me? Are they being good to me? And am I doing those things for me? And where am I at a less than space for me? Because if you're not happy in your relationship, then you're not happy in lots of areas in your life, and you're in a less than love me space, and you have called a partner in who's here to show you that, so you can heal you. Again, this is all about the truths about relationships. And when you're making choices where you're sleeping with the neighbor, or you're having extramarital affair, or whatever your unwellness is that you're doing, maybe you're sleeping with the boss at work. The old saying is, you don't shit where you eat. There's a reason for that, because that comes down and kicks your ass. Maybe you lose your job later. Maybe your neighbor's wife will find out. I mean, there's so many crazy, crazy things, but they're all governed from unwellness. Okay. And I get there's reasons that we do the things, and I'm not condemning or judging people. Just know this: when you're not making the wisest choices, this is the kind of stuff that you do if you don't bring your shit to spirit or love energy. So if you're not happy in your relationship, think about this. Am I going to make a wise choice? I have the hots for my neighbor. Let's say you have the hots for your neighbor. You're saying, well, I really want to be with him. He has the hots for me. He kind of told me that. And I'm not happy with my husband over here. And it's not that I don't love my husband. It's just that I'm just not happy, right? So when that happens, you go within. You talk to spirit. You change what's going on in here. It doesn't mean that you should stay with your husband, but you don't go off and have an affair, because you're bringing more chaos and unwellness, and you're not really healing the problem. You must first change what's happening here, because the guy over here you're having an affair with, or thinking about it, right? He's equally as well as your husband in you, because you haven't done the work in you. And what you are, you attract. So all of this shit is not making wise choices, right? Feeling like you should be with your neighbor or your boss or whoever it is, right? Life is about making wise choices. Same thing with drugs. If you're gonna do drugs, really, first thing you should do is ask yourself, ask love energy, ask God, hey, is this what's best for me from love? And if I want to do a drug, if I want to get high, why am I doing that? Why do I feel like that? Where am I not well in me that is causing me to make these decisions? All right. So sit down, think about this very in depth, and, talk to spirit, because life is about making wise choices. All because somebody offers you help with something doesn't mean you should take it, especially if there's strings attached to it or unwellness is attached to it. Okay. And you feel it in your heart, like nobody should be doing you you anything because they expect you to do something for them in return. When you do something, you do it from love for them, not because I'm going to give you a job, not because I promised you something, not because of some other thing that I think I'm going to get from you, because that's not coming from the wisest, and making a wisest choice for you, okay? When you do stuff from others, you do it from love, okay? From love, for you first in the healthiest, best way, and for all across the board. When you do that and you work with spirit, you will always make the wisest choices of all, because those are the ones where you want to be in your life, because then you won't be sleeping with a neighbor, your husband, your boss, doing stupid shit, doing unwell stuff, and always bring everything to love. Wise choices. Life is about making wise choices. And my shaman from way back when taught me that. She used to say to me all the time, Lynn, life is about making wise choices, okay? Because these are the choices you have to live with. All right. Thank you guys so much. Love yous. All right. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon.